Hello everyone, my name is Anna. Welcome to Cactus Caffeine. As usual, I share with you my passion over a cup of coffee. For today, I am going to be repotting this Gonialoe Variegata. So I've had this Gonialoe for about 3 or 4 years now, and when I got it, it was just 1/4 the size of what it is right now. So it has grown very big. It actually produced a pop right here. This pop appeared last year, so it's growing very slow. I need to repot this because, as you can see, the base of the pot, it is round and it easily tips over when I bump into this plant, or when the wind is blowing very strong, the pot would tilt over. I'm going to use this pot with a wider base. So I have here, I don't know what you call this, but it used to have like a pineapple, miniature pineapple on top. And when I took off that pineapple after it died, it just produced all these offsets. So I think I'm going to change the plant in this pot. I'm going to move this plant to another pot. And I will be planting my Gonialoe in this yellow pot instead. So this pot that I will use, it has a saucer attached to the bottom to catch excess water, but it does have a big drainage hole right there in the middle. And I just have to be very careful when I water this one. I will plug that hole with a screen just to prevent the soil from coming out through the drainage hole and actually filling my saucer. Okay, so let me just start off with a layer of soil underneath. Time to take this Gonialoe Variegata now out of its pot. So this Gonialoe Variegata is also known under the name Tiger Aloe or partridge-breasted aloe. This used to be classified under aloe, so Gonialoe used to be with or grouped under aloes, but they have since been separated into another type of genus, Gonialoe. Gonialoe is actually a very small genus. It only has 3 plant species. So one is this Gonialoe Variegata, and then the second one is the Gonialoe sladeniana and a Gonialoe denteri. Looking at the pictures, there's actually, for me, very little distinction among them. Actually, it's very hard for me to distinguish among the 3. Probably the flowers would give us more distinction, but by just merely looking at the pictures, it is very hard to distinguish among the 3 species under Gonialoe. Okay, I think this is about to come off now. I've loosened the sides, so I'm just giving it a little tug. Oh, uh-oh. I actually felt some roots break as I pulled it. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, the roots are not very deep. I expected the roots to be deeper, although I do see some roots that are left in the pot. I might have broken some of them. I see a lot of broken roots in the soil, but most of them are dried anyway. Okay, let us inspect the roots. I was expecting this to have more roots, but I do see there are new growths. These white roots here, these are new roots, so that is promising. This suffered a lot during summer, so it probably lost most of its roots when it went dormant, which I usually notice among my aloes. When they go dormant, they lose their roots. But then when the weather gets better, like now that it's fall, and they start actively growing again, they regain their roots, or they regrow their roots. I will take this little pop out because I can see it has its own roots now, so it can thrive on its own. This bottom leaf feels loose. I think I will remove it. Oh, yep, it just came off very easily. And then I'm just gonna do some more cleaning, take off the dried leaves, clean the bottom. This is the perfect time to do this. Oh, the trunk feels firm. That means there is no rotting. That is a good sign. So I'm just going to continue cleaning. I do see some roots starting to develop there. Those are small roots. Another good sign that this plant is actively growing. So this is a perfect time for me to repot this. This Gonialoe Variegata is indigenous to South Africa, Namibia, and Angola. It can take a lot of heat. I mean, very high temperatures. Here in Las Vegas, our summer temperature could reach up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and our summer is very dry, very low humidity, and yet this can thrive. The only thing is, this has to be kept under filtered sunlight, so I do not expose this to direct sunlight. I have a shade cloth on top of it, so it's a 50% shade cloth. So as long as I provide it filtered sunlight, it can withstand extreme temperatures. When this gets too much sunlight, the leaves would turn brown. So that is its stressed color, brownish in color. So I don't like that, so I try to give it more protection under extreme summer heat. The soil that I am using here, by the way, is 60% inorganic and 40% organic. Normally, I would use like a 50-50 ratio when I am planting an aloe in terracotta pots. But since this is a glazed pot, I want more inorganic material in this pot just to make sure I don't rot this aloe. So I added a little more inorganic material like perlite, pumice, and some lava rocks. Going back to the care of this Gonialoe Variegata, while it can tolerate high temperatures, it is however very sensitive to low temperatures. I keep this one during winter at a minimum of 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. Prolonged exposure to very low temperatures will stress this and most probably kill it. When you notice some brown patches on the leaves, that's a sign that it is getting too cold, or sometimes the tips would also turn brown. So when you see that on your Gonialoe, I would suggest you to move it to a warmer temperature. The leaves are firm and very plump. That means it stores a lot of water. Before watering this plant, I usually give these leaves a squeeze test. If the leaves feel soft or a little bit thin to the touch, then that is the time that I will give it a lot of water. Be careful when watering because this is very rot prone. I had one before that succumbed to rot, and also watch out when you water it. Make sure you don't leave water on the crevices of the leaves because that can cause the bottom of the leaves and the stem to rot. Gonialoes flower during spring and summer, but since mine is usually summer dormant, this one flowers during winter. I keep this in my garage under grow lights, and I think the grow lights encourages the blooming. The flowers grow from a very long and thick inflorescence. They are orange. They look very similar to the flowers of aloes except they're bigger. The hummingbirds love these flowers. This small pop, I decided to plant it here beside the mother plant because there's a big space at the bottom, and when these bottom leaves fall out, the bottom will be bare. So I think putting this here, the smaller pop beside the mother plant, will cover the bottom once it starts growing. I made a video of my complete aloe collection, of which I included this Gonialoe in that video. So if you want to see my complete aloe collection plus this Gonialoe, I will have the link up on your screen and also below this video. I am going to clean the crevices. I made a mess in here. And then like I said earlier, try to avoid leaving water trapped in between the crevices down here because it can cause the bottom of the leaves and the main stem to rot. These are lava rocks that I will be using as top dressing. I am using a very porous top dressing in here because my pot is glazed, so the pot itself traps a lot of moisture in the soil. Using a lava rocks as a top dressing will still allow moisture to evaporate from the top of the soil because lava rocks are very porous and it allows good airflow still on top of the soil, as opposed to if I say use gravel as a top dressing. Here is my Gonialoe Variegata now in its new pot. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments below. I will not be watering this yet. I'll probably give it a week. Anyway, the leaves still feel firm and full, so I'll probably give its first watering after 1 week. I will also be keeping this in the garage where my temperature there is constant between 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is where it will spend the rest of the fall and winter until spring comes, and then I will be bringing it outside in my backyard again. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram and in Facebook. I will talk to you guys again next time. Bye everyone and cheers!